Bulls Nation, in my last video, I wanted to discuss about Lauri Markkanen, and I mentioned that towards the end, and I didn't want to do it because you just don't know the future of Lauri Markkanen and what exactly will be happening in terms of trades or if he's staying here for the Chicago Bulls. But today I thought, you know what? If you don't do it, at the end of the day, it'll probably never get done. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the role of Lauri Markkanen on the Chicago Bulls and just exactly what I see happening with him if he was to remain here for the Chicago Bulls. Without further ado, let's talk about the Chicago Bulls and Lauri Markkanen and what his role will be if he decides to stay on this team in this video. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a Chicago Bulls related video referring to the role of Lauri Markkanen and just exactly what he could be on this team if we were and if he wants to stay on the Chicago Bulls. At the end of the day, we really don't know the situation about Lauri Markkanen, and it doesn't feel like anything's going to happen anytime soon when it comes to the final decision on Lauri Markkanen, because again, there's so much that goes into it and not everything seems to be going the way that we probably expected it to go. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about what Lauri Markkanen's role will be for the Chicago Bulls if he stays here. So, of course, the Lauri Markkanen saga that seems to be going on for a long time, but that doesn't mean that he's going to remain on the Chicago Bulls up towards the start of the season. It basically means now that he needs to work with the Chicago Bulls to find a sign and trade option, as that's been the case for a long time now, to be honest. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to Lauri Markkanen and the Chicago Bulls, it seems like there's not much that's going to happen in this area. I actually do see that as days go by, Lauri Markkanen probably staying for the Chicago Bulls. But again, anything can happen, and there is some things that can be overseen when it comes to this situation. If Lauri Markkanen has a conversation with Artorias and Eversley and they convince him to stay in Chicago, then he's going to stay in Chicago. However, if there's no hope for Lauri Markkanen on this team, then the sign and trade will eventually happen. There will be a trade down the line that would send Lauri Markkanen to another team. I guess this all depends on how serious Lauri Markkanen wants to leave the Chicago Bulls, and if it's not as serious as we expect, then we could very well see Lauri Markkanen on this team. And if we see Lauri Markkanen on this team, what is his role going to be for the Chicago Bulls? Well, as you know, we've seen Lauri Markkanen for 4 years. There are just certain things in this league that he's good at, and certain things in this league that he just hasn't developed or is just simply not good at the moment. He's 24 years old, I believe. He's an elite three-point shooter for his size. He can space the floor and help the team with his three-point shooting. He is a player that can get into the paint against certain mismatches when he wants to. He doesn't do it enough, but if he can learn to do that at a consistent level, he could be a very good offensive weapon for any team in the NBA, and that's including the Chicago Bulls. With that being said, I cannot see for the life of me how Lauri Markkanen will be a starter on the Chicago Bulls. We've all seen it throughout the course of the season with Nikola Vucevic and Lauri Markkanen, two players that are not elite defensively and can space the floor, just don't work well together. These two have not worked well together, and at the end of the day, two 7-footers on the floor at the same time, if you're not good defensively, at least one of them, I don't think it works out, and we do get exposed a lot because of that. And in this situation, I see that being the same thing. I don't know how Lauri Markkanen can be a starter on the Chicago Bulls this season. The only way that I could see it is what happened a lot of times in the previous season. Lauri Markkanen actually played some small forward position for the Chicago Bulls and ended up doing well offensively and struggling a lot defensively. But with DeMar DeRozan on this team now, when you have a lineup of Lonzo, Zach, and DeRozan, Lauri Markkanen is not going to be playing the three for the Chicago Bulls anymore. So what I see from him, if he stays here, I think his role is going to be, he's going to be on the bench for the Chicago Bulls. He's going to be a main bench scorer, and he's going to play his game the way that he likes off of the bench. That is the main role I see for Lauri Markkanen. The question is that enough for him, and will that be a long-term solution for the Chicago Bulls? As I've mentioned before, with the 1-year, $9 million qualifying offer that I expect at this point to be what we're working with here, again, you just don't know. Anything can happen, but for the most part, I don't know anything about Lauri Markkanen's situation. So if he does come back on his qualifying offer for $9 million, I see that being the last time we see Lauri Markkanen on the Chicago Bulls. I see this being a one-year type thing. I see him helping this team off the bench. I see us being a very good team with Lauri Markkanen on the bench as well. And I also see us competing in the East. But after this season, I see Lauri Markkanen going to pursue his money. Next year, there will be cap space. So there will be teams that may be willing to give Lauri Markkanen the type of money that he wants. And at the end of the day, this is the risk that we run. Because let's be honest, if a team comes and offers Lauri Markkanen an offer sheet and the Bulls match it, then Lauri Markkanen is forced to stay here. I don't know if Lauri Markkanen wants to stay here or not. But it's time to see what Lauri Markkanen really wants. He said he wants a fresh start. Let's just see how serious this is in terms of can he work with the Chicago Bulls coming into this season. If he's willing to stay patient, play hard, work his ass off, and get the move that he wants via a trade or at the end of the season, then I'm all for Lauri Markkanen staying here, and that's where I think his role will be. Off of the bench, being the type of player that he is, a three-point shooter, a player that can spread the floor, and offensively he can run the floor as well, and he can just do a lot of things as a 7-foot power forward offensively. And if we see more of the progress in that game from him, then the better I think will be, especially off of that bench. However, if he can't work for the Chicago Bulls, if the damage is done, if we piss Lauri Markkanen off to the point where he just simply doesn't want to be here at all, not even a little bit, or if Lauri Markkanen has pissed off the Bulls to the point where the Bulls don't want to use him, then of course I see his role being pretty much close to nothing on the Chicago Bulls until he gets the move that he wants. At the end of the day, Lauri Markkanen is in a very tough situation where now, with all the players, all the teams getting capped up, he has to be in a situation now where he needs to work and he needs to understand that he might not get his move straight away. He might not get his move tomorrow. Maybe he does get his move tomorrow. The Chicago Bulls are looking for a first-round pick. I think it's clear to say many teams do not want to give Lauri Markkanen and the Chicago Bulls that first-round pick. So we need to find out what's going to happen with Lauri Markkanen. Only time's going to tell, but the bench is where I truly see his damage being done if he was to remain on this team. And I made this video because at the end of the day, I said in my last video, I did not want to make this video because last time I made a video similar to this, it was about Jim Boylen, how I think he would stay on the Chicago Bulls despite no one wanting him here. And then in a few hours, he actually got fired. So things like that can happen around the league, and that's just the risk that you run making YouTube videos. And yet, at the end of the day, your favorite player could be someone on this team that you think will be here for a long time to come, and then the next day that they're traded. It is what it is, and that's the risk I'm running here. But with Lauri Markkanen, I'm not going to lie and say I know what's going to happen. I know the team's interested. I know teams want Lauri Markkanen. I don't know anything at this point. Everything that we've ever known about the situation with Lauri Markkanen has not come true. So I do see a possibility now where the Chicago Bulls keep Lauri Markkanen for the remainder of the year. I see that possibility, and I just hope that Lauri Markkanen can see the benefits of performing well with the Chicago Bulls off of the bench and just how good it could end up going for him in the future. And maybe this could lead to a long-term decision made for Lauri Markkanen with the Chicago Bulls. I'm not going to rule anything out, and we really don't know the situation. My guess is, with everything that's happening around the trades, around the league, and the cap space, eventually I see there could be a sign and trade happen for Lauri Markkanen. But right now, this is the situation we're dealing with. We're dealing with a situation where he could come back on his qualifying offer and he could remain on the Chicago Bulls one more year. It's a possibility, and therefore that's where his role is going to be. Off of the bench, performing offensively, and we'll see what happens defensively with Lauri Markkanen. We all know he's not the best defender, but if he could get better at that as well, I mean, he could very well maybe start in this team. Who knows? But yeah, that's what I see with Lauri Markkanen. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. At the end of the day, let me know in the comments below your thoughts about Lauri Markkanen and his role on the Chicago Bulls. Again, I sincerely don't think he's going to start for this team. I see us maybe testing it out, but long term, I don't see Lauri Markkanen starting for this team because we've already seen the chemistry doesn't work in the starting lineup. Off of the bench, there's a strong possibility he may have something to do with that. And in the end, I think that's where he's best going to be suited on this team. And it's going to be good for the Chicago Bulls because, again, I think he's better than Max Kleber, someone that we were interested in. And I think he's better than a lot of the players that we have been linked to. But the problem is he wants to start and he doesn't want to be here. And some of those players will be bench players and probably want to be here. I think that's a trade-off that we have to make a decision on. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Take care.